What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. This video is brought to you guys by SwitchBot, one of my favorite companies, actually, and they make these really awesome products. They've sent me quite a few of them in the past, and one of my favorites, of course, is what they're really famous for, and it's the smart curtain openers. You install a bunch of those on all over your house, and at sunrise and sunset, or whatever time you choose, or simply by the app, you can open your curtains and close them automatically. Such a simple thing, and yet I'm a really big fan of them. They actually serve as an alarm clock for me these days because as soon as I hear those, I don't know, I just kind of wake up and then the sunlight hits my face. It's just really nice. Okay, that aside, that's not what we're talking about today. We're actually taking a look at some of their new products. Today, we're taking a look at their motion sensor, their contact sensor, which goes hand in hand with their final brand new product, which is an indoor camera. And this thing is game changing, not because of the fact that, it's a camera, like there's plenty of those on Amazon, but because it comes in at $29.99. Like, you're getting a smart camera with motion sensing, pretty decent quality, night vision, all that for $29. You could put this in every single room of your house for maybe $200 total. So this is just brilliant. So anyhow, I want to start with the easy things first. Of course, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the boxes. It's pretty seamless. You unpackage everything. You do have to put batteries into the sensors themselves. The camera itself runs on USB-C, normal USB, not USB-C. And of course, you have to go and kind of install these. But the nice thing is they just use normal 3M sticky tape, so you can kind of just stick them where they need to go. And the other cool thing is the motion sensor itself actually has a magnet as well. So I'm going to test this out later in the video, and you guys will see that I can just stick it onto a washing machine or a fridge or wherever I want, and now my motion sensor is in a pretty solid location. But if you don't have metal, it does come with the little 3M tape things, and so you can just kind of shove it onto any wall and you're pretty much set to go in that regard. Now, first things first, we're going to go ahead and talk about the motion sensor. So, of course, it is really awesome in the regard that it has a light sensor built into it as well. So it'll tell you whether their light on is in a particular room or maybe in your basement or outdoors. And based on that, you can then use the motion sensing as well. For example, this thing can tell you up to 9 meters in terms of horizontal, and of course 110 wide degrees in terms of how much it can see, and 55 vertical wide, and of course a max of 9 meters as well, which is really cool. You can set this on your stairs. Maybe you can set it in your garage like I did. I set it near my laundry thing because, like, who knows, anyone could just jump in and just jump upstairs directly from this area that, not a lot of people go in our house unless they're doing laundry. So of course you're pretty much set in that regard. You don't even need to attach the little back thing. Maybe my only gripe with this thing is that it is a little bit of a struggle to get that little magnetic mount thing on here, but you don't technically need it. You just need the little square part. You can put it anywhere, and because it's completely battery powered and wireless, it can be literally anywhere, and you're pretty much set to go. Now, the other cool thing is that this thing can actually help to turn on the lights before you ever even enter the house. You can kind of set it up so that, like a smart switch plus this, you can set it up so it just kind of turns on the light when it senses motion, maybe in the garage, maybe in your driveway, so on and so forth. Now, the really interesting thing is that SwitchBot is a really cool company because they work with so many different other apps. For example, this thing works with like Alexa, it works with Google Home, Siri shortcuts, IFTTT, a ton of other things, and of course, you're pretty much set. You do need the hub to be able to use all this cool stuff, but might as well get it. It just keeps the ecosystem nice. And of course, with this little system, obviously with their app, you can actually go ahead and set up notifications. So when motion is detected on your stairs and whatnot, you can go ahead and just be able to check your notification and be like, well, it's 4 a.m. and someone should not be in that room right now, and you're good to go. Okay, cool. Now, next thing is, of course, the door and window contact sensor. This thing is really cool as well. It's very minimal. It blends right into the window, which is what I like. And of course, basically what this thing allows you to do is you can tell whether a window is open or whether it is shut. Now, the maximum distance is also really interesting with these. Other sensors I've had where it's not going to tell you whether it's open or shut, or whether, unless it is like directly touching, like the thing needs to be, this, the distance just has to be less than 1.2 inches. So it can kind of sense itself, using the magnets, even when there's a little bit of a gap, which is really nice because sometimes, that door just doesn't shut or something of those sorts, or just the frame is just a little too far away. It can happen, which is really cool. Now, speaking of motion sensors, this thing has a motion sensor built into it as well. So let's say someone shows up, doesn't open the door or anything, it can still notify you that, hey, someone's there. They might be thinking about going in the door, but they haven't gone in yet. So that's pretty cool as well. Funny enough, I installed one of these actually inside of our rear backyard door area, because that's one door that, you know, you only lock from the inside, but every once in a while we leave it completely maybe unlocked or something of those sorts, and it doesn't really have a lock and all that. Plus it's completely made out of glass and all that nonsense, so, you know, might as well have one of these on there, so if the door opens and whatnot, we will get a notification instantly, which is really cool. You can use these as windows, and the same thing I just said for the other device, you can go ahead and use all the cool range of apps on here as well. Now, my favorite thing with this device is that it is very minimal. You know, it kind of blends in. You can put it at the bottom, top, wherever the heck you want. And of course, it will be really, really simple. You can give it a name, and then you can set up notifications, and then you can set up little maybe Siri shortcuts for, hey, if someone opens this door, turn on this light and activate this camera, something of those sorts, whatever you need. And this thing also has a really reasonable price as well. Go ahead and check it out in the link below. Last but not least, the highlight of this video is their brand new indoor camera. So of course, this is spectacular. This thing is like $30, and somehow it does all the things that all your $150 cameras do. It's got full 1080p, full HD, 130 degrees of wide angle viewing, so you can see everything. It also works with Alexa and all that, so you could be like, hey, show me the living room, show me the backyard. It is an indoor camera, keep that in mind. But of course, you can get real-time notifications because this thing has night vision, which is really interesting. And of course, this thing basically allows you to not only see that your motion has been detected, but you can go and literally see the person and be like, well, he's not supposed to be there, let's do something about him. And afterwards, we can also go and automate this product as well. The really cool thing is this thing can monitor 24/7, so you can save kind of clips whenever it detects motion, or you can have it just record seamlessly over and over and over and just rewrite over it. However, you do need a memory card to put into this when you do something like that. You get full-on playback. The stream quality is amazing. Night vision is solid. You can support up to a 128GB SD card. And, of course, there's privacy mode as well built into the application, which is really, really cool. But one of my favorite things about SwitchBot is that this thing just has a really great app. Like, the app is designed in a way where it kind of looks like the iOS home screen, and everything is just seamless. It's there. You can put some things at the top. You can click things. Everything just loads instantly. It's minimal. And that is the reason that this company is just awesome. Hopefully you guys check it out in the link below. Thank you guys for watching. This is going to be me